Hey Sagittarius, how are you this evening? My name is Cheryl Lynn, and I am here to do your weekly reading. That's what I'm here to do. What are we doing? This one is for Monday, April 28th through, I believe it is Thursday, May 1st. That is what I think. I really should check the date, and I never do. At any rate, here we go. That's kind of the whole deal. We're just going to pull cards and see if we can't get a feel for what the energy is that's coming towards you this week. Maybe help you get a heads up towards what's coming at you, right? So you can more easily navigate your way through it. There you go. This is for my Sagittariuses. If I can hold the cards, we're going to get this going. Here we go. All right, y'all. Let's see what we get, okay? So, Sagittarius, what you got? We're coming with the Five of Cups to open. Okay. So, Five of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Three of Wands. Okay, that's your recent past or your backstory. Currently, I have you with the Empress, the Seven of Wands, and the Devil. In the near future, we're looking at the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, bottom of the deck for this one is actually Judgment. So the undercurrent to this entire reading has something to do with judgment. Whether that is judgment that you are calling on somebody else or whether it's being called on you, I am not yet clear on, but that's what's holding this reading together, I guess you could say, is this one. At the center of your read, so from almost every direction it plays into the equation, almost, is the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a very defensive card. You're very defensive, okay? Yeah. We'll have to figure out what it is you're defending here in a minute, but at any rate. Okay, let's start from the beginning and see what's happening here, okay? So, we're starting with the recent past, and we've got Five of Cups, the Hierophant, Three of Wands. So there was some kind of a higher level of commitment here, possibly. You know, you rolled the dice on something, right? It didn't work out. It doesn't look like it worked out. So there's a sense of loss and regret towards this situation. That's pretty basic, right? I mean, that happens to all of us. And at this point, it looks as though in your recent past, you made your mind up, that was that, and you're trying to push forward to your future. I mean, you're looking forward. So this didn't work out, and your Sagittariuses don't usually, you're not a sign that gets held down for long usually. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it doesn't work out. It's like, okay, that's done. Let's move on. So that's good. I like that part about you anyway. So it looks like you are trying to push it to the side and move forward, going towards your future. That's all good. We couldn't change these three cards if we wanted to. It's in the past. But however you're dealing with it or have dealt with it is what's influencing the rest of this reading. So in the Judgment card right here, again, I'm not sure whether, I don't want to point fingers and say this person's to blame, that person's to blame, okay? But I don't know if judgment here is being called on you or if you're calling it on the other person, but either way, it's just something that didn't work out. Okay, now we're here in the current. So I have the Empress, the Seven of Wands, and the Devil. Okay, I do believe you're presenting here as the Empress, male or female. It's just an energy, but it does mean to me that right now you are functioning in your feminine, okay? You're incredibly defensive. That's to be expected, right, if things didn't work out. But why is the Devil here? I mean, is the defensiveness turning into like bitterness? Like, are you allowing it to change you in some way? You know, because we don't want that. Or are you on a vengeance situation here? Are you out for vengeance? Because, you know, you're not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be spirit, supposed to take care of that. I don't know. There's some kind of negative energy that it feels like you're attached to, that's attached to this situation. So it's like, for instance, I mean, obviously things didn't go the way you expected. Maybe you got hurt in this situation and now you are kind of out for revenge, or you kind of let it all change you as a person or something. I don't know. Let's keep moving because and there again, judgment being called. Okay, so let's keep moving, right? Let's go forward. Then I'll read it from a different direction, see what I can figure out. As the Empress, you shouldn't have these issues, so that's why, I mean, not trying to get vengeance or... Is somebody here, is there an addiction here? Is somebody got an addiction? Maybe you, if not you, then does the person that you were dealing with up here has an addiction? Because this could be fear-based. Okay, keep going. See if it plays in. Okay, in the near future, what do I have? I have 10 of Cups, 9 of Wands, Ace of Cups. Okay. Well, whatever this is in the current that's got you feeling like you're tied to the devil or feeling all this negative mojo or on you, in you, I don't know. It looks like it must ease up here in the near future because we have the 10 of Cups on one side, to the right, to the left. I mean, I have the Ace of Cups on the other side, which is like the whole enchilada, right? This is the brand new cup of love. This is getting to emotional fulfillment. In the middle, we have you, you know, under the defensiveness, we have you with this now 9 of Wands, which is feeling wounded. I mean, but that's a given, really, it is. Whatever you've been through was difficult. I mean, breakups are never easy, right? I am glad that this Devil card is coming down into the Ace of Cups because that's a good thing. So 3 of Wands. So I'm going to read this. When I come down this direction and go 3 of Wands to the Devil to the Ace of Cups, it makes me wonder if you are either fearful to step into your future because of this situation, almost like the Devil is managing to make you stagnant, possibly out of, I don't know, insecurity or fear of failure, you know. There still might be something to do with addiction here. I don't know. And with the Judgment card, too, it just makes me feel like I don't think that it's you, to be honest. It feels like maybe that's what you're dealing with this other person. Maybe they're tied to the devil, so by staying around them or with them, then you allowed yourself to be tied to the devil with them, right? All the more reason to move on out of that. Okay, let's see what we get now. Sorry, I got stuck there for a minute. Okay, what do we have behind Judgment? I've got Judgment, the 6 of Swords, and the King of Swords. I mean, Judgment is all about calling judgment on a situation because it's out of hand or because you know, it's gotten to a point where it's fairly unjust or something, you know. It is kind of pulling an ending towards you, you know what I'm saying? With the 6 of Swords, it's time to steer your life, which is this boat, off into calmer water. Nobody wants to live in this constant chaos and uncertainty. That's not healthy for anybody. It's just toxic, right? And the King of Swords, this is you trying to deal with this situation as fairly and as honestly as you can. You know, you're trying to come at this like be the bigger person. You're trying to speak with integrity and trying to, you know, you're doing all these things, and it's, I feel like you're feeling it's very under or unappreciated, you know. Like you could just be a screaming crazy person and you're not, you know, you're trying to act like an adult, and I don't think that you're getting any credit for it, and that's upsetting. But you know what? I wouldn't worry about it too much. Yeah. King of Wands. 4 of Cups is all about being dissatisfied with how it all turned out. 3 of Swords means you're heartbroken. I mean, all of these things seem very standard to some extent. I mean, I'm not trying to downplay your situation. What I'm saying is, you know, of course, if you got hurt up here, then you're going to be bitter and you're going to be defensive and you're going to have your heart broken. All that stands to reason. I just didn't like the fact the devil was tied to it in here, but I think there might be a fear for you to move forward. You're just going to have to take that first step. I mean, luckily I'm talking to a Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is you can usually pull yourself up by the bootstraps and move on. You know, it didn't work out here. We'll go find something different, right? New adventure. That's what it's all about. I get 3 more and then I'm out of time, huh? 5 of Wands, the Emperor, and the 6 of Pentacles. From the Empress, I do believe for most of you, you will step into the Emperor. It's kind of like a natural progression at this point, male or female. Here again, it's just an energy. However, you go from being the Empress, you know, which possibly this is what you were in this situation from up top, you know, but now this situation seems to be disbanding. So when it disbands, you now have to, no choice but to step into the Emperor for now, because you are the king, or you have a kingdom to run, right? You're the one in charge now. So that's kind of what that means to me. There is a lot of inner conflict right now. You're sad it didn't work. But what you deserve and what you want is reciprocity, and you did not have that here. Maybe it was because of addiction. I don't know. It doesn't make any difference. When you put the work in and nobody else puts the work back into you, that's not fair, okay? And when it happens for an extended amount of time, it starts to eat away at you. And we don't want that, because you're better than that, okay? All right, Sagittarius, no matter what the cards say, go out there and have a great week. I honestly believe the worst of whatever this situation is over. It looks like you've reached the end of that part, so it's all going up from here, okay? All right, y'all. Have a great night. Have a great week. I'll see you Wednesday. Okay? Thanks.